Hello? Is this working? Hello? Hello? Please tell me it's God damn it. Hello? Oh, there it is. Oh god, there's two of me. Oh shit. Hello? Okay, hopefully this is working now. I'm guessing so. Hello? Okay. Yeah, I have an echo. Okay, please tell me it'll stop soon. I don't know if there's an echo now. I have two mics set up. Not two mics. I have two mic sources. All right, let me get the game back up. Is this working now? Ton, my friend. I'm hoping it is. If you're in chat, Ton, just type in the chat so I can just see it. I have it in the background. Yeah, I had it open to, because you can check your source. All I ever heard was hello. Okay. So yeah, I have a whole part on the channel up, and then I reset my PC, so now I don't have it anymore. Okay, so cool. So I can't hear myself in the preview, so I gotta start over again, sadly. I'll go with Domo. Oh, hello. Alright. Gotta start from the beginning, but that should be okay. At least I'll try and keep it as close to the first part maybe as I can. Okay. Now the thing is I want to be sure is last time if I remember, the game actually freezes if you alt tab, so hopefully we don't get any of that. How's the audio, Ton? Like, I know the music kind of sounds, to me at least, it's a little bit loud. I don't know if I should bring it down more. And there's no more double of me, right? At least there shouldn't be. We'll go with music down a bit. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna voice the whole beginning again. What's this? This shouldn't be possible. Why am I here? How am I here? Did you bring me back? I don't see any other explanation. Why? We've already established that there's no happiness here. So why? Huh? Why can't I look at the script? Oh, that's right. This mod, if I remember, there's no Monica, right? Which is like, I think arguably the best part of the entire like base game. Something's wrong. You didn't do anything, did you? Don't you understand? Are you trying to mess things up even more? How did you... Wait, I know. You've installed a mod, haven't you? That's why everything's been changed. Don't you think it's time to let us all go? What, you want everything to be like how it should have been? But you really care about them, don't you? I wish... Never mind. If you really want to do it, I won't stop you. I've been fighting to take control of this game again, but if you want to play through the mod, then... Well, I'll succumb to the mod's control. What I'm curious about is, I don't know if this is just like a thing that gets shown for any mod that you do for Doki Doki, or if it's part of the Blue Skies mod itself. Which it's kind of cool if it is part of the base game, because they had the little thing where like Monica would call you out for recording or streaming the game, which was pretty cool. So, do you want me to allow the mod's activation? Hell yes. Is this a fan mod? Yes, it is. Don't know who made it. I'll look that up. I just know it's, just look up Doki Doki Blue Skies if you want to see the people that created the mod. That's probably bad of me. I should be giving the credit where it's due. I'll look it up. Aha, I knew it. Domo, or whatever your name actually is, but it is. I truly hope that you can find happiness with your choice. My choice. What is my choice? Are you aware of even the base game, Ton, by the way? Like did you play or did you watch a playthrough or something? I lay in bed, motionless and staring up at the blank white ceiling. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. But today's another day, I guess. Let's just hope that it's at least a bit better. With another sigh, I begrudgingly drag myself out of bed and groggily begin the monotony of my daily routine. Making my way to the kitchen, I haphazardly rummage through the cupboards looking for something to eat. Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting me. Ever since my parents' divorce, I've just been living off of whatever I find in the kitchen. You played the bass? What'd you think of it? Did you like the game? I live with my mom, but she's always busy taking trips abroad. I was also debating if I should put, because in the first part, I fucked up the voice acting so bad. But I think this time I'm actually gonna try a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna do like specific voices for each character this time because my throat died last time. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me. Oh fuck! I just remembered. We gotta have this enabled. At least I don't know. I mean, I haven't played it, so I won't know how to the extent of this goes. But I'm just gonna make sure I have that checked. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I manage. Although I do miss the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. Dad would read the newspaper at the kitchen table, while Mom would stand at the stove and fry up her famous sunny-side-up eggs. But all of that feels like a long-forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. A calorie empty. Calorie empty? Not exactly the best start to the day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since Mom's never home, but I usually stick to buying the bare necessities. The ease of using pre-made stuff has pretty much sapped me of the urge to cook meals for myself. And with my food quickly finished, I head for the door. Hey, Justini, hey. Yeah, I guess this is literally like it's up to you. I have to start from the beginning. I mentioned in the DM, but yeah, if you're down to just hang here, welcome. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's. Clear skies beat thunderstorms any day of the week. And I'm also streaming on I'm streaming this on YouTube now just so that when the VOD saves, I have the video up because I want to keep the playthrough up at least, and I don't want to have to bother with exporting to Twitch and whatnot. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's. Clear skies beat thunderstorms any day of the week. I'm still lost in my thoughts when I notice. Oh, this is good. We have music playing in the background, so if it's unbalanced, give me, just let me know. I'm still lost in my thoughts when I notice a familiar face. It's Sayori. Alright, see you in a bit. We have quite a history together. As children, we were basically inseparable. Always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving our parents wild. Typical things that young children do, really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't properly spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame. After all, we've shared a lot of fond memories with each other. I'm surprised to see her up so early though. A couple of times I've glanced out the classroom window only to see her hurriedly walking along to school. We used to walk to school together, and although she was sometimes a little late to meet me, I never really minded. As we continued to drift apart, however, her lack of punctuality became more frequent, and I just decided it'd be better if I walked to school alone. Which meant that although I did get to school on time more often, it was quite lonely. Knowing her, she's probably just gotten more and more lazy with time. After all, her dedication to sleeping in seems to be unwavering. Oh well. Still, I've always enjoyed talking to her. Hey, Sayori, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? She looks a little surprised at my appearance and question. I suppose I can't blame her. Oh, hey, Domo. No, I'm not going to do that again, Truck. Oh, hey, Domo. I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us. You're up early today. Aha. She laughed softly, a misplaced looking frown on her face. I don't know how high to go with the pitch. I don't want to make it annoying, and I don't want to kill myself. I've been alright though. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School's kind of meh, although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume and walk to school. Although I can talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess that's a given, seeing as this is our first proper conversation together in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talk, a sudden thought hits me. Anyway, this might come across as a bit out of the blue, but seeing you here has given me an idea. Sounds like your damn voice. Damn! Oh! Oh, I don't know if I should... I'll see how long I keep it up, maybe. If it gets really annoying for both me and you, then I'll stop it. Well, it's been a while since we walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frowned, It's really strange to hear. I can't. It really sounds strange to hear Sayori say this, given I've always known her to have a bubbly, cheerful personality. Sayori, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit always being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you, and I think we'd have a lot of fun again. Besides, I missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Aww. Was that a bit too forward? I don't know. I've never been in this sort of situation before. I mean, we are childhood friends after all. Right? Really? Yeah, really. I missed you too, Domo. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together, okay? Okay! Ah, there it is. That classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children featured that smile, that goddamn smile. No matter where we ventured, parks, playgrounds, forests, that smile would follow. That innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have, it's painfully clear that that's long gone. But maybe we can still smile together anyway. So what you been up to lately? You know, the usual. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? Yep, it's pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Domo, you haven't changed. I feel like I'm like teetering off the edge of like sounding like an old lady. Are you saying that you are you saying that I need some change? No, it's perfect. There's always room for improvement. Especially in your case. I'm guessing that you're still part of the Go Home Club? Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you want me to do? Join the soccer club and trip over everyone? Well, I think a little exercise is good for anyone. I'm very offended if you're trying to call me fat right now. Well, you don't have to join a sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I was actually thinking of checking out the anime club. Wow, how'd you guess? It does suit my hobbies though, so... Domo, you should try branching out a bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert. If you're gonna criticize all of my club choices, what would you suggest? Well, it just so happens that there's this club that I'm in. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Wow, I did not expect that. Dang, so you get to take part in all the executive decisions, huh? Kind of. I'm losing it. I think, okay, hold on, I'll keep going. The club kind of only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually looking for new members right now. Ah, so that's why she brought it up. Only 4 members? Sounds like you guys are just starting out then. What club is it anyway? It's the school's very own literature club. I unintentionally let out a sigh. I quit. I can't do the voice anymore. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. In my defense, literature has never quite captured my interest, unless you count manga as literature, that is. It is. I knew it. You don't want to join. I understand though. Not many people like reading. Hey, who said I didn't like to read? I love reading. If you count the manga. I muttered the last word more to myself than to Sayori. On the plus side, Sayori laughs at my sheepishness. Yeah, I wasn't going to. I can't. Besides, I think it is like straight up annoying. Oh. You sound like someone what? I just told myself I wasn't gonna do it. No, it's becoming habit. You sound like someone I know from the literature club. She talks about manga all the time. That's Natsuki, if I remember. Oh, really? I am actually interested in your club, though. Sayori smiles, seemingly content that I'm showing initiative. If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is as good as a place as any to start. That's great. You should come by sometime. And by sometime, you're hoping for today, aren't you? The sooner the better. Alright, I'll have a look after school today. Yay, thanks, Toma. Although we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late now, do we? Yeah, you're right. Within a few minutes, we've arrived at the school entrance, amidst a crowd of chattering students. We wave goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. I have Sakurai in the morning, so I'm fairly confident that the next hour or so won't be too bad. Who's Sakurai, you might ask? Only one of the coolest, most down-to-earth teachers we have in the whole school. Being on the young side himself, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than in some of the other teachers, especially the older ones. He gives me a smile as I open the door. Good morning, Domo. How are we doing today? Not bad, sir. Same old, same old. How about you? Well, we're finally starting our module on 20th century history today. So needless to say, I'm excited. I make him sound older than he looks, huh? Or I don't know how I sound. Oh yeah? First World War, Nazism, Second World War, that stuff? You bet. I've waited all this year to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. That's something else I really admire about him. He's so enthusiastic about a subject, and that enthusiasm really makes learning about history that much more enjoyable. Combined with the fact that he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes to homework, you can really see why he's popular. Although he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and again, so he isn't a pushover. By and large, he's earned the respect of his students by striking the balance just right. I just wish that all my teachers were as friendly and made efforts to know their students better. Oh well. I take a seat and one of my classmates, Emmy, smiles and waves. Bouncy and energetic, she has a reputation for her skills on the track field, even when she isn't running. She's still pretty much a ball of energy. We have one of those odd friendships where we get along well in class, but don't really see each other outside of school. How are you doing, Emmy? Training was really fun today, Emma. Oh? She's always on the hunt for new recruits to join the track team, and she has a habit of dropping some not-so-subtle hints. Yeah, we're always looking for new people, and I know you aren't part of any club, so you should totally join us. It's funny that you mentioned I'm not part of any clubs, actually. I think I'm going to check out the literature club after school. I didn't really think you were the poetic type, but if you ever get bored of writing poems, you know where to find me. How many times do I have to tell you that? Alright guys, let's make a start. It's almost criminal that I've had to wait so long to teach my favorite century. Oh god. Well, that's the school's lessons over. As I linger behind in the classroom to gather up all my things, I hear the door open. It's Sayori. Hi again, Domo. Hey, the literature club's meeting today, right? Yeah, it is. I was just heading there now. You still want to come along? You betcha. Sayori seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along to the club. Look at you, finally doing some extracurriculars. I mean, if you're the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making me smile. Each individual club member makes it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. Well, let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression, after all. I guess you're right. Come on, it's right this way and up the stairs at the end. I hope you filled your water before this. I did. And it's already halfway. It's alright. I'll last. Somehow. I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. The stairs leading up the section of the school that I recognize as a 30 years wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. Trust me, you're gonna love it. She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. A small, pink-haired girl peeks out. Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki. Guess what? I found someone who wants to join our club. The girl, who's apparently called Natsuki, slowly turns to glare at me and narrows her eyes. She opens the door fully, and behind her I see another girl sitting at a desk, her face buried in a book. What? Hey, wait, Sayori! Sayori practically pushes Natsuki out of the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Hey guys, I want to introduce you to our newest member, Domo. Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me the new member, isn't it? I then notice a third girl peeking out from behind, a bookshelf in the corner of the classroom. Can it be? Is that Monica? Oh wait, no, so she is in this game. I don't know why. There's an extra in the game that's like, apologizes for not adding in Monica. Hey Siraj, how's it going? How lovely for you to join. How's it go? Monica is one of the most popular girls of the high school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic, you name it, she's got it. Back at it. Yeah, I'm hoping to continue the series. But unfortunately I have to start from the beginning. Unfortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. She looks at me first with a stern look, but then quickly lights up, puts down the book she's holding and rushes over. Domo, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. The girl who has her face buried in her book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. Dang, it's 5? Dang, okay, well I appreciate you stopping by, but dang, if it's 5 a.m. Hopefully you're well rested. Is this a replacement for the original story? No. Oh, yes it is. It's like a whole fan-made mod that, with their intention, was to make it so that the characters, like it's a more heavily, I guess, affected game. More heavily affected visual novel compared to the original. Which I don't know what they mean by that. I just know that like, the characters are, like, more deep or something. That's a buzzword, but who knows? We just started, so we'll see. Very sleepy. Yeah, if anything, maybe just go back to sleep. I wouldn't Watch you feel too tired. Everyone needs their beauty sleep, right? The girl who has her face buried in a book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Oh? A new member? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap. It seems that I've somehow locked out. Not only is Monica in this club, but also a bunch of other cute girls. Man, we're about to hit it. Love your comment. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Even though, like, it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. I think my last upload was at the end of July, which was the fucking cringy ReZero video. I got some other stuff I think I want to make, but I'm not sure, so that's why I'm just streaming. You'll be here for an hour or two? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, even though it's so early for you. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today. But enough gawking, Domo. Stop staring and start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sari said, I'm Domo. I smile at her and turn to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Domo. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. The powers of a school idol. You too, Monica. So you guys run a club with just the 4 of you then? Huh? Sayori? Oh, huh? Sayori told me about how you were looking for new members. Well, I've actually been trying to push for more members for a while, but we haven't had any luck recently. Sayori did say. My words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. She looks pissed at me, but for whatever reason, I don't know. I haven't really had a chance to do as much besides walk in and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yep, he told me he wanted to join this morning. Not sure if it's just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I'd join. Great. Natsuki glowers at us, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why though. Sorry about Natsuki, that's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. That's right, she's like a straight up tsundere. I don't know. Hopefully, if anything that I really wanted more from the base game is that we get more, I guess, in depth with Natsuki, which if this game is what it claims to be, it'll probably fulfill my requests. Cause she's cute. But yeah, who's my pick? Now, okay, if we're gonna exclude what happens in the base game and just treat this as like a completely different game, but with like their characteristics before things went to shit in the base game, I really like Yuri. Okay, sorry. I really like Yuri, and that's just me. So, so yeah. If anything, I don't mean to like. I don't want to get to like waifu wars or anything, but I like Yuri. Up until the whole yandere ordeal that happened. I mean, I guess if you're into that kind of stuff, that's fine too. But she was cute. I'll say that. And I guess it's the second in coming would be Natsuki, if that wasn't obvious. I don't know about Sayori and Monica. I get like how everyone liked Monica, but I don't know. For me, it just didn't sit right. But who knows? I honestly feel like this game might change a lot of that if it does do more with the. Hey, I'm right here, you know. sorry. I've got to try to make a good impression though. Come on, Natsuki, we need new members. If you don't feel like being nice to Domo, can you at least be nice for me at least? Please. Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Fine. If you're gonna beg, I guess I have no choice. But I guess that goes both ways. Who's your pick? Or at least, who's your pick from the base game? I want to treat it like it's different. Who knows? I think it could be completely different from the base game. So far, everyone is acting like they did from the original. Buffsky. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Buffsky. Hooray, thanks, Natsuki. Looks like I know who the tsundere of the group is now. Yep, at least it couldn't be more obvious. It's almost comical, the extent to which Natsuki fits that trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influences, though. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. How'd you come to learn about the literature club, Domo? I'll have to admit, I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sayori and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured I should check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the literature club, so... Monica beams at Sayori when she hears this. Guess Sayori has done a good job at advertising the club. I see. Well, I think that this is a great place to start. After all, books can be very enticing. Yeah. Natsuki's a good one. Because I think the only thing that we got with Natsuki, other than like her vomit and her being erased was what was it? We were like reading next to her. We got that little event, and she was like really close to us. But I want more. Yeah, it's super fun. I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Sayuri's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started it to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. But enough introductions. Why don't you come and take a seat, Tomo? Did you bring anything to read? As she asked that, I realized I'm not much of a reader, much less someone who loves literature. No, don't worry about it. If anything, like, I should be adding some commentary. I just don't know what else to add. I'm just reading. That's why I was honestly really surprised with how, I guess, well my Kanojo to Kanojo playthrough went, because I didn't know it would at least get the recognition it did. It's pretty much just me reading in such a cringy voice, but I'm really glad people enjoyed it. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? No, I don't really have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. I lie through my teeth, hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. Facade? I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. Oh well, we have plenty of books here. If you want me to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. Is that so? Then I guess I'll head over there. Maybe something might catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk awkwardly over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available, ranging in genre from horror and fantasy, all the way down to nonfiction. Sheepishly, I turn towards... okay, well, Yuri was my first choice, so I'll be going with Yuri. Facade? Are you sure? Okay, the sa sound, I'll take that, but are you sure it's not like facade? Right? I feel like with ADE, it'd be aid. Obviously, I don't English enough to understand or know, huh? I need to, like, sparingly use my water. Hey, could you pick... Oh, fuck, I'm not gonna do that. Hey, could you help me pick out a book you think I'd like? I'd be happy to, if the prospect isn't too off-putting. I know of a wonderful horror novel. Don't give me that. What's the ... To be honest, horror never particularly appealed to me. Still, I wanted to make an effort here. I was actually really surprised by that too. I mean, this sounds like I'm patting myself, but someone said, at least there were like two or so comments saying that my voice sounds nice. Which I'm just really surprised by that. I never would have thought anyone would say that. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's probably the mic. I have an open mind. What book were you thinking of? Blushing, Yuri bends down and Yuri bends down and removes a thick book from the bookcase. It has a large, piercing eye on the cover. It almost feels like it's staring into my soul. One of my personal favorites, Portrait of Markov. I know it might look intimidating, but... Sorry. She shakes her head and goes to put the book back, but I stop her. Don't worry about it. I'd love to check it out. What's it about? A coy smile plays across her face, as though she were pleasantly surprised by my enthusiasm. Let's see. The protagonist is a young high school student who moves in with her sister... Wait... God, okay, my mind's in the gutter. Who moves in with her sister. But shortly after, sinister things start happening. The two are captured by an ominous cult that practices nightmarish experiments on their prisoners. Throughout the story, she's forced to make choices no one her age should have to make. In the process, her ability to trust others is warped and many of her relationships are broken as a result. Pretty dark, but hey, I'd be lying if I said it didn't sound interesting. Well, it definitely sounds pretty engaging. I think I'll read this book then. Natsuki mumbles something, but she's barely out of earshot. Really? You don't have to if you don't want to. I do. While this might not be what I usually pick, your description of the plot intrigued me. Although I have to ask, what makes this your favorite book? If I had to put it into words, I suppose I'm a big believer in literature's ability to challenge the psyche, so to have such an immersive tale question your ideals and foundations can be extremely exhilarating. Any theories in the first Doki Doki game? Any theories? I don't know exactly what you mean by theories. I know I've seen like what is it? What's their channel called again? Game Theory. I know I've seen like 1 or 2 videos of their theories from the first game. But no, I pretty much just played the base game through, and I didn't really go that far into it, of like, you know, like theorizing and just thinking about the game. Not to say I enjoyed it a lot though. But yeah. Did I already read this? Yeah, I did. She smiles and twirls a long lavender strand of hair around with her finger. Words are immensely powerful. They can paint stunning portraits, invoke emotion, or even whisk oneself away to an entirely new dimension. As she continues to speak, she transforms from the timid girl I just met into a proud and confident expert. I get the impression that she feels more at home with books rather than other people. Isn't that exhilarating, Demo? We have such a vast vocabulary at our disposal. With such a powerful resource at our fingertips, we can do anything. I clear my throat, hoping that I don't put her off with my evident inexperience. Yeah, when you put it that way, I can understand how powerful the written word can be. I scratch the back of my head nervously. Fortunately, she finds that to be a satisfactory answer. Any favorite manga or books? That's a really good time question, I guess, now that we're talking about stuff. Off the top of my head? I've read quite a bit of stuff. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say it's like my top favorite. But A Silent Voice recently came into mind. I just love the manga and I love the anime. I love the anime movie, the film so much. I think for series, like a full running series, I was a big fan of Tokyo Ghoul. I'm trying to collect all the volumes right now. Hopefully I can. So far I have up to volume 6 of the original Tokyo Ghoul manga, and then for Tokyo Ghoul Ray, I have up to volume 6 as well. So I need to keep going. My country doesn't have manga shops. Oh, that sucks. I mean, to be fair, I think can you order? Is it easy to order it to your country, or it's like you have to pay a lot of shipping or anything? Or is there like good access? For me, I like ordering stuff sometimes. Manga shops, I guess, are okay. Type in chat. Oh, what? My favorite manga? I scratch the back of my head nervously. Fortunately, she finds that to be a satisfactory answer. One must look at the words the author chose. We have so many synonyms, so what compelled the author to shape their story the way they did? Oh, damn. So yeah, there's just no easy access for it. That sucks. I mean, I guess you could always just look online. The feeling I get when I finally finish a truly compelling novel, it leaves me totally breathtaking. Damn. Okay, oh man, that's rough. I wish I had something as coherent to respond with. It might as well be from different planets. I think I know what you mean. She closes her eyes, pulling her hands close to her chest. Then, as though remembering she's not alone, she suddenly blinks and immediately appears more bashful. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I must have gotten lost in my train of thought. She fidgets with a thin clip in her hair, sliding it up and down. Hey, don't worry about it. It's nice to see you talk about something you obviously enjoy. Who's to say otherwise? I wish I got this response more often. I feel like I think I'm that person who will get so into like something I enjoy when I'm trying to like discuss it. But in my head, I'm always thinking I'm probably annoying them, aren't I? I'm sure I can't be alone, right? But I mean, I think it makes sense because like when it comes into like hentai and shit, I like talking about stuff. Sure enough, the fucked up stuff, that's probably why I probably shouldn't like keep it so public. But that's fine. That's fine. I understand people's discomfort. Yuri glances over to Natsuki, who simply raises her eyebrow in reply. Does Natsuki not like this kind of stories? She sighs and turns to look out the window. That's putting it lightly. We have our differences in what we enjoy, literature-wise. She frowns slightly, as though pained by Natsuki's apparent disapproval. Well, I think everyone's different tastes are what makes literature interesting, especially when talking about it with other people. I can't help but grin. I feel like that was actually pretty clever. Yes, that's a good way of looking at it. I reach over and take Portrait of Markov from her, tucking it under my arm. Well, I'll give this a bit of a read and see how far I can get tonight. I appreciate you giving it a chance, even if it's not something you're used to. I'll be looking forward to hearing your opinion. I must warn you though, once you get past the first few chapters, you might have trouble putting it down. And perhaps tomorrow, I mean, if you wanted to, we could... Oh, Dino Muncher. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Is this a sequel? No, it is not. It's more, if anything, it's like a reimagining of the original game. So I guess you could take that as you will. If you were a big fan of the original game and you kind of don't want to see that go in a different direction. But yeah, this is like a more in-depth, I guess, version, supposedly, of the original game, which I still have yet to get through and see what that implies. It's not annoying. It's actually pretty amazing listening to. Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, just talking about things that you enjoy. Like, you gotta find like-minded people. I feel like if you are, it can kind of feel forceful if you're talking about things you enjoy like heavily with people who don't really, I guess, want to or like are not into it. It's like talking about anime with people who aren't fans of anime. Discuss it. She looks quite nervous as she suggests that. Guess that's just how her personality is. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. Thanks for the recommendation, Yuri. I do need to branch out and try new things. This will be a good place to start. I'm grateful that I get to read it on my own, at least for now. I honestly have no idea if I'll even like it, and if I were reading it with her and decided I didn't, that might make things a little awkward. With the book in hand, I'll make my way to the desk. The others are all now preoccupied, so this seems like a convenient time to start the story. Is this a real book? Portrait of Markov. Oh, it is. Wait. No, it's just... Oh, okay, I think it's just part of the game. Oh, it's definitely an unusual book. Oh god. I'm hiccuping. Horror was never really my thing, but I have to admit, the main idea is intriguing and the main characters are written well. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Yuri. All that talk about appreciating sophisticated language. While it's not exactly my kind of story, to their credit, the author does a good job building up the rather bleak situation. But, oh, sorry, I forgot to ask, like, how's it going, Diana? Thanks for stopping by the way. Hopefully, I know I'm doing the beginning again, so hopefully this doesn't get too boring. I think for my first part that I uploaded, I think it's all pretty much been the same. There's not that many differences. Unless I did Natsuki instead of Yuri first. I've never been particularly imaginative, but even I can picture the scenes in my head. If I weren't so tired, I could probably engage with it more. Yeah, I thought it was just a real book, but when I look it up, it's just part of the universe. Over time, I can't help but grow a little bored though. I guess I've read enough to be able to discuss it with Yuri tomorrow, so I decided to call it there. Looking up, I spot Sayori reading something. Might as well see what she's up to. I've probably read this for long enough. Standing up with a stretch, I make my way over and take a seat next to her. Hey, how's it going, Sayori? What are you reading? As I sit down, I notice that she looks quite content. Nothing much, just reading some stuff for a school project. What about you? You seem really into your book. Oh, yeah, it was a good read, at least as far as I can tell right now. I can't help but wish I sounded a little more enthusiastic. That's great, so how are you liking the club? You're not bored, are you? She looks a little worried, her cheerful persona faltering for a moment. Where did that question come from? It's a bit too early to tell how I really feel about the club. Are you doing good? Yeah, just gotta kind of check up. Especially during quarantine. I don't know how it is for you guys, but I'm desperately kind of like missing like normal living. My area hasn't gone back to, I guess, not extended, what's the word? Like, we haven't opened up as much as other places have. Like, I actually genuinely want to go back to work. And I think all my classes are going to be online, which I don't want to do again. I don't know. Personally, I hate online classes. I can't stand it. Sitting there and just talking through a fucking webcam. Of course not, sorry. Sure, I haven't been here for long, but I've enjoyed meeting everyone. They've opened my eyes to new stuff. I've never been huge on reading, but I'm confident the literature club could change that. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're involved. You don't want to join a club that you have no interest in, right? I know what you mean. I think reading will grow on me in time. Actually, do you mind if I sit with you and read? She looks at me, clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her, but nonetheless, she seems happy. Her smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits too. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think it would go this long. I thought we'd be like, I know we wouldn't have a cure for a while, but I thought we'd be like open like in June, May, but that didn't turn out how I thought it'd be. Oh, are they? Yeah, but for me, I'm a film major, and I think all film and art like art school classes will be online from what I heard. I think just because of the sheer size of film major classes, because you have people working together to make films. So for me, I guess it makes sense, but I don't want to. I really don't want to. She looks at me, clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her, but nonetheless, she seems happy. Her smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits too. I already read that, didn't I? That would be great, Doma. Well, it's not that we're open. It's at least in my area, we're like halfway open, and by that I mean like only specific establishments have been able to reopen. Like my job hasn't, so I have to wait. So I've still been on unemployment. We read for a while, which turns into talking fairly quickly, our conversation being a continuation of our chat from the walk to school. It's nice to just sit and talk with my childhood friend, who'd have guessed reconnecting would be so easy. I haven't felt this content for as long as I can remember. The good mood reflects on her as well, given that she seems very uplifted and bubbly. I don't know what it is about her that makes me so at ease. Wow, we've been talking for a bit, haven't we? Man, I didn't even realize the time. I guess we have been talking for a while. I can see why you come to the literature club so much. There really is a welcome at ease vibe here. It must be a nice change of pace after how hectic the school day can be. We don't even have online. Wait, you don't have online classes? Wait, so how did you have did you have school during the beginning of the lockdown then? Like during spring term? I don't know when your school term is, so I don't know if you're taking classes now or not. I was hoping you'd say that, Doma. It really is, and I'm grateful for the others as well. They really help make the club the way it is. I can't help but notice that Natsuki and Yuri seem to be very different though. Do they argue much? Oh, do they argue? I'm just remembering back in the base game when like Yuri was talking about how she wanted to kill Natsuki, or like she wanted her like gone. Oh no, you don't? Damn. Okay. That's rough. She looks a little downcast at my question. Sometimes, yes, but thankfully it isn't often. I can sense this isn't a topic she likes discussing. Well, that's only normal, I guess. Monica seems like a great president, though. She must be very proud of this club. Just then, Monica gets up from the desk she was sitting at and faces the classroom confidently. Speak of the devil. Wait, I don't have school until September 30th. Wait, I think I'm the same. Are you in college? Okay, everyone. I hope we're all having a good time so far. There's a good moment of silence during which everyone seems to be glancing at me. Do they want me to respond? I'm honestly having a great time. Thanks for the warm welcome, everyone. Well, it's great to hear that. And as it turns out, Natsuki baked some cupcakes for the club too. Yeah, I know. I was just about to announce it, so let me get them. Let's go sit over there, Tomo. It looks like there's room at those desks for all of us. I dutifully followed Sayori over to where the rest of the girls have pulled a couple of desks together to form a table. How about I make some tea as well? Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling a bit awkward, I opt to take a seat next to Sayori. Oh yeah? It's closed up until December. Wait, December? Wait, so your school is closed up until December? Damn, that's a long break. I'm West Coast. If the conversation starts to die out, I can always rely on her to save me. Meanwhile, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. That's adorable. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! My voice is really dry now. I wanted to go higher with that. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn a cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. If she made it all by herself, that's seriously impressive. It practically tastes professionally done to me. But then again, it's not like I have the most discerning taste palette. These cupcakes are amazing. Thank you, Natsuki. Yeah, you better thank me because this took hard work to do. Yeah, it really seems like it. Did you make it by yourself or did your parents help you? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I couldn't have done it myself? No, it's just that it seems professionally made, so I was wondering if an actual baker helped you. I wish my dad was a baker, but just because I don't bake for money doesn't mean that I can't be good. Yeah, I think they added like more animations for I guess the added in dialogue. You know, you get some more, I guess, feeling from the character, which is nice. Although I think you can already tell because you can see from, I guess, the on the homepage you can see other characters and the art style doesn't quite match up, but you know, props to them for at least for getting close. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just suck at cooking myself, so I'm wowed by good cooking. I guess I should count myself lucky that I got to try your cupcakes today. Eh? Oi, mate. Eh? Uh-huh. It's not every day that I have time to bake, so be thankful. Oh god. The expression on Natsuki's face practically says, "Bow down before me, peasant." Are you expecting Domi to prostrate himself before you? Looks like Monica had the same thought. You can't blame Natsuki for bragging a little, though. I would too if I made these. Yeah, exactly. Natsuki smiles gratefully at Sayori's save. Meanwhile, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Me get intimidated by Yuri? Psh, as if. That's not. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. Any 2020 anime recommendations? See, I'm a very bad anime watcher. I've been so behind on both spring and summer season. If there's anything I have been watching, I'm finishing up actually it's not even spring. I'm finishing up Senko-san right now. Spring, I'm still trying to go through my spring anime. I don't know what I'm watching right now, actually I forgot. And for summer, so far the only summer show I've started, or I've started two. I've started ReZero and I've started watching Rent a Girlfriend. Now I guess I know everyone has their own to say about Rent a GF, but I had read the manga before, so I somewhat enjoy it. Rent a Girlfriend is definitely a hard watch if you can't stand like main characters that like to lie. I'll say that at least. I don't know if you've started it. I don't want to spoil it. I meant that, you know. Don't worry about it. I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a common pastime for me, but I can at least appreciate it. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. But ReZero, like I watched the first season and I loved it, so that's the one thing I've started. Also because I'm watching with my little brother. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. I'm happy that you look like you're enjoying yourself, Domo. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, that reminds me, I've actually been meaning to ask you something, Monica. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity on how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. But I guess it must be hard to start a new club since everyone's probably settled into their own activities already. You could put it that way. It can be hard to get people invested in things that are brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the cultural festival that much more important. Speaking of school events, I don't think I saw your club at the club fair at the beginning of the year. Ah, that's because I hadn't started it yet, haha. Oh, I guess that explains why you don't have many members yet. Yeah, we missed that opportunity to draw in first years who hadn't found clubs yet. It's a lot harder to advertise on a person-by-person basis. And like you said, a lot of people already have extracurriculars by now. But even so, I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. You guys like to listen to different cultures? Yeah, it's nice to learn about different things. Especially when like you're stuck in one for so long, you just want to branch out. Oh, I just realized I don't know if I answered your past question of any 2020 anime recommendations. Um, since I haven't really completed a lot of stuff. I think one of the ones I did complete was Princess Connect. It's not really story focused, but I really enjoyed the anime. If you haven't watched it and want to give it a try, I don't know. Princess Connect was just really adorable. I really liked watching it. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. By the way, I know that everyone here likes reading, but do you guys read as well? Actually, we haven't really done any writing together, funnily enough. Do you guys just read and discuss books then? You could say that. Sounds more like a normal book club than a literature club. Huh. To be honest, I was kind of expecting y'all to do stuff like write poetry together. At the word poetry, Natsuki jolts back a bit. Eh? Do you not like poetry, Natsuki? What? I don't really have an opinion on it, I guess. Oh, really? With a sly smile, Monica gets up, rummages through her book bag, and returns the loose notebook page in her hands. I happen to have here a poem called... Hey, where'd you get that? Natsuki springs up and snatches the paper out of Monica's grasp. Don't worry, I didn't steal it from your bag or anything. You dropped it on the way out the other day. I was going to return it, but I couldn't help teasing you a bit before I did that. Well, I'd appreciate it if you kept your nosy nose out of my private work. Aha, duly noted. And sorry, I just couldn't help glancing over your poem when I picked it up. Your writing style is very cute, Natsuki. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So you do write your own poems, Natsuki? Well, I guess sometimes. Is it just me or the music got louder? Sorry, for me it's quite a bit loud. Hopefully it's not too much. I know how everyone loves the Doki Doki Literature Club BGM. Why do you care? I just think that's pretty neat. Why don't you share them with the club sometime? Not if everyone's just gonna call them cute. Like Sarah said, there's nothing wrong with being cute, you know. You wouldn't get it. There's nothing worse than trying to get honest feedback from someone and just having them say it's cute. I can get behind that. Scorn drips from the word cute. I guess I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because she'd want a little bit more feedback, right? I'm just calling something straight up cute, while not exactly an insult, it's not exactly helpful in any way. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting lightheaded. It's 100 degrees today. I don't know if I should turn on my AC. I'll do it later. Yeah, no one does. It's super annoying, you know. Actually, I believe I understand how Natsuki feels. Natsuki looks surprised at Yuri's sudden interjection. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. And when that's all dismissed with a single remark, well, suffice to say, it can greatly discourage you from putting your work out there again. Sounds like both you and Natsuki have writing experiences in common, Yuri. Are you gonna play any Doki Doki mods? I don't know if I will after this. I do want to continue some other visual novels. There's one that was recommended to me on the You and Me and Her playthrough, which I want to give a little check and see how that goes. I do take recommendations though, so if there is a mod that you would be interested in me playing, I'll give it a look-see. But I guess I've said it in my playthrough for You and Me and Her and in the beginning. I don't know if I want to make this like a full playthrough channel. That's why hopefully these streams can be somewhat of a mid-ground since it's uploaded onto my channel and it's not exactly like my full content. But we'll see. Nothing's really set in stone, is it? Maybe. Although I didn't mean to speak for Natsuki. Jeez, it's fine. I pretty much agree with what you said, so... A brief moment of silence falls upon us as we reflect on the conversation. That's just giving me an idea. That just gave me an idea, everyone. We all look quizzically at Monica, who smiles knowingly back at us. If we have members who are looking for legitimate criticism of their poetry, how about we do that here? I'm sure we can all trust each other to be respectful, and I think it'd be a fun activity for us. I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing my old poetry. I didn't write it to be read by the public, so... Yeah, same here. That's fine. We can all just go home and write new poems to bring tomorrow. I was going to suggest that anyway, since I don't think the rest of us have poetry ready to share yet. Uh, um, yeah, that sounds awesome. I think learning about poetry would be really fun. Mm-hmm. And now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Domo? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. The literature club has been very welcoming so far, at least after the initial introductions were made. And although I'll have to start writing poems, it seems like a fair price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. It's good to know that. I think this is the one thing I liked when I first started this. The MC feels a little bit more less. Is that doesn't help, right? Less dense, basically, in my opinion at least. So I'm hoping on the romance factor, because I love myself a good romance, that we get some good relationships going on. Yeah, I'm not exactly like the most friendly to heat. I had my doubts at first, but given how friendly and welcoming these girls are, I don't really see any reason why I shouldn't join the club. Yep, I'll be looking forward to becoming better friends with you all. Then, that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thank you, Monica. Yes, I'm so happy you're joining us. Sorry, wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, and thanks for playing along. She whispers his last remark in my ear, so she was aware that I'd never agreed to joining in the beginning. That sneaky little bitch. Although Sayori... I didn't mean that. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. Sorry. Although Sayori is the most enthusiastic, all of the girls' eyes are lit up in happiness. I would have been super pissed if you just left after eating my cupcakes. I'm very glad that you're staying as well. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Don't forget tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so that we can hold discussions. Monica looks over at me once more. Doma, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress Monica with my mediocre reading and writing skills? Something tells me no. Jeez, I can already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Oh well, it's not like Monica's going to be as harsh as an actual literature reader though, right? Meanwhile, the others continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Sayori, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Given that she introduced me to all these amazing people, it's the least I could do for her. Sure, let's head home. With that, the two of us wave goodbye to the others and make our way home. Who do you consider the best girl? Okay, so I believe Yuri for me, pre-Yandere. I like Yuri pre-Yandere from the original game. And then like a runner-up would be Natsuki, just because I don't know, I'm a sucker for short, cute girls. That might be taken wrong, but she's adorable. I'll just put it at that. Yeah, and same with Siraj. On the way back, we discussed the events. I don't know. The little CG events that we got with Yuri in the base game. I don't know. It made me really like her. On the way back, we discussed the events of the day, focusing particularly on each club member. As we do so, my mind wanders between them all. But yeah, what about you, Dano? Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. I'm excited to hang out with everyone from now on. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of them? Or all of them. Hot Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I really hope that's not like some kind of jinx that like we'll have like something similar to the ending of the first game. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I don't believe... Was this in the original game? I can't remember. This little animation from it turning to night. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Alright, since this seems like a good breaking period, don't worry. I am not done yet. If you are still down to watch me make a fool out of my voice, I'm just gonna get to the bathroom real quick and we'll make a masterpiece of a poem. Just give me a second. Okay, hello, I'm back. Sorry for the little wait. A little bit of a TMI, but holy shit. That was the longest. That was the longest piss ever. Let's see. What did I miss? Did Doki Doki give you any jump scares? Because you guys are new subscribers. In the beginning of the channel, I actually, like, it was like one of my first 10 videos, had a playthrough of the original Doki Doki Literature Club. And I got hella jump scared at the fucking, what was it? Monica's jump scare, the really popular one. I think it's, no, it's the only jump scare. The only Monica jump scare. Oh no, you're on low battery? Oh shit. Alright, let's get through this. I'm actually really surprised that people, like any of you, popped up into this stream, because I haven't done it on here. I usually stream on Twitch, but I was like, oh, I'll just do it on YouTube. It's where everything else is. Plus, I do want to have this up as like an upload. So what's cool about YouTube, at least, is it's already there once I'm done streaming, so I can have another playthrough. Don't worry, I don't plan to make it like the cheap way of making a playthrough video. Hopefully, for this one, I'm just streaming it because I felt like it. I don't know what I want to play through next, if there is one in the future. Like I said, I do want to check out. There was a recommendation on one of my comments, and then I need to look through my Steam library because I impulse buy a lot of games, like a lot of anime games, visual novels and whatnot. All right, I'm gonna try and go for Yuri first, just because I mentioned it. Twitch is boring. Yeah, it can be that way. Twitch has been so iffy with its streamers. At least I don't know. The only things I know about Twitch is from the few times I do use it, and like a lot of the like controversies with how they handle the platform. To be fair, YouTube is not like better in any way. Or actually no, there are some things. I don't know if I want to mention them. Where was I going? Oh, anyways, I'm spacing out. I'm gonna try and go for Yuri though, if I can figure out what really pertains to her. Live was loading way too much. Yeah, because okay, so that is one of the things that I do want to point out about why I like YouTube better, is because you can stream at like a higher bitrate and a higher resolution, so people can have that scaling option. Whereas on Twitch, you have to like qualify for that feature. So like I have to like find like the sweet spot for quality, which is something that I know it shouldn't be like a huge focus, but I'm that kind of buff where like I really want it to look at least decent. Hello, just somebody. You are somebody, eh? Yeah, how's it going? Okay. Fuck. I think no, fuck. Okay, that's not Yuri. I hope this mostly just operates on like a majority basis, like whoever I pertain to more. Alone. Oh no, that wasn't it. Extreme? Yeah, that fits her. Massacre. Oh god. Oh no, of course. I need to think more about these. Fantasy? No, that's Natsuki, damn it. No, if I do suicide, that's definitely Sayori. At least I'm just basing this off what happened in the last game. Damn it. There we go. After image. No. Paint. No. No. Oh god, if Sayori becomes like our main route. Oh, you're right. Wait, did I save? I saved at it. Oh, I did. You know what? The thing is though, like I could just I do want to just go through with like my first initial choices, right? But I mean, this is just making the poem. I'll do it once. I'll do it once. Sorry. Disaster. Appearance, essence, portrait. I just realized Monica Was Monica an option from the last time? Or Doki Doki. Horror, of course. I'm doing pretty good so far. Frightening. Yeah, a lot of these should be like flags as to like what kind of person she would be. Okay, that wasn't it. Tragedy mouse. Sorry. Lazy sensation explode. No, that one should have been obvious. Damn it. Determination. Yeah, there we go. All right, 7 more. Friends, zone, anxiety. Anxiety. Okay. Sorry if I'm going through slow with this. I'm like looking at each word. And I'm actually like trying to think it through. I don't know how significant this is though. I think dark, really? You know, remember? Yeah, it has been a while. I think that's a good reason for me to actually even play this. Is kind of feel like it's a fresh game to me. Yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking because of like how dark depression itself is, right? Like as a topic, that it would also be Yuri. I don't know. I'm like skipping it in my head. Abstract. Last one. Analysis. There we go. Let's go. Domo, fancy meeting you here. Ah, yeah, what a coincidence, huh? Seriously, speaking though, I'm happy to see you back here. I would have been disappointed if you ran away on us. I don't know if I could. If she is the same person she was. Oh, I got so much water. Hey, I enjoyed myself last time, so why wouldn't I come back? Sure enough. Feel free to make yourself at home before we start on our club activities. Thanks, will do. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Sayori and I were the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Is that like aha your voice from Monica in a good way or a bad way? I mean, I'll take either criticism. I don't think I've been consistent with the voices, which it's kind of hard right now because my throat is really dry. Oh, Domo, I'm glad to see you here again. I've been using like the little shy girl voice for Yuri, so hopefully that's at least fitting. Who knew that something so simple would warrant so much thanks? First Monica, and now Yuri? I know that it may be overwhelming to be thrown into a new hobby so suddenly, much less an organization centered around that hobby. So don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need any help. In a good way? Okay, cool. Thank you. Or any other club member for that matter. And that is to say, feel free to ask any one of us for assistance. Right, thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Don't worry though, it's not like I've never read anything before. I even remembered to write a poem for today, if you'll believe it. We'll believe it when we see it. Hey, it's not like I need to have a university degree to write a poem. It was just like another school assignment, although it might be a little new to me. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to write a bad poem, you mean? She got me there. And that's why I never said I wrote a good poem. Natsuki smirks at me, seemingly pleased that I'm not offended by her teasing. Well, good is often subjective when it comes to subjects like these. I'm sure you did fine, Doma. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Try not to overhype my work, though. Yeah, Yuri, if you keep your expectations low, you'll never be disappointed. Thanks, Raj. I mean, I don't know if I'll agree, but that's just me, like, self-hate. We'll see. We'll see. I want to see how I do in my prime. like when I'm not dried out. Can I know the backstory of your channel name? Oh, Domo Niku. Even saying my own name sometimes just makes me cringe. So originally, here, I'll keep going like a couple sentences first. Yeah, Yuri, if you keep your expectations low, you'll never be disappointed. Besides, I bet this is the first extracurricular Domo's done since high school started. So basically, my channel started originally with the username Wakaran, which is like which is the informal way to say like I don't understand in Japanese. And that was from I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber The Anime Man. It was when he was doing an interview with his mom about like what his channel name should be. And I was a fan of The Anime Man, so I was like, oh, hey, I'll use it. Next thing I know, like there are a shit ton of other channels with that same username. I mean, of course. And then I don't know, I settled on Domo Nico Ni because if you take, you know, Nico Ni Domo Nico Ni, it rolls off the same. Honestly, it's really random. So I've been using it as my username on like other platforms, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's probably gonna stick for a while. I don't know if my brain improves and I'm able to think of a much more unique name that's better than what I have right now, and that's not so. I want to say my username's cringy. I mean, it is, to be honest. Fucking Dominique. Oh god, imagine introducing yourself like that. But one thing I have actually enjoyed is getting people to say it. I was here, I'll go on a little bit more. So extra work is probably really foreign to him. Again, she's not wrong, but she doesn't have to say it like that. Natsuki, you're being unfairly harsh. Domo, what would you say your main hobbies are? Wow, she's really putting me on the spot here. But basically, like, I was playing Valorant once, and apparently we got a game with TSM Myth. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's like a streamer. He's like a really popular streamer. But we were in a game with him, and he called out my name in game, and I just thought it was so funny. He basically quoted, he's like, "Oh, let's go, Domo Nico Ni," because I clutched around. I mean, that's just me saying it. I don't have proof that I clutched around, but just believe me. And then I remember like following streamers, and when they would like thank me for the follow, I don't know, something about them saying, "Ah, Domo Nico Ni, thanks for the follow." Like, it's both really hard to listen to, but also really funny and weird to hear people say it out loud. Even me just saying it out loud is really weird enough. But I don't know. What do you guys think of my username? Wow, she's really putting me on the spot here. I know I'm playing into your teasing right now, but yes, I spend a lot of my time playing games and watching anime. And that's all you need to know. That's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yo, honestly, yeah, show it loud and proud, Natsuki. Hell yeah. I think maybe I should, bring my fucking, like, hentai books out. Carry that around, be like, hey, I'm just reading out in public. Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys like the story. Natsuki splutters to a halt. Looks like a certain someone knows how to dish it up, but can't take it. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Domo always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. When I choose usernames, I mostly pick dumb names like Trashing Your Backyard. Trashing Your Backyard? Has that been one of your usernames? Amazing. He's always been there when I need it. When we were kids, he'd always be around to help me with stuff. Hey. Oh, are you two childhood friends? I glanced at Sayori. Despite her cheery recollection of our childhood memories just then, Yuri's question is a reminder that we haven't spent much time together in a long time. It's a tad awkward. Funny, but you are part of the Dominic gang. Dominic gang? Dominic gang. Yeah, we've known each other for a while, haven't we? I'll have you know, though, my name is spelled with just a C. We smile at each other. I'm really hoping we can use the club to reconnect. Such a history with one another. I imagine you've shared much together. You could say that. Would you believe Sayori is still as clumsy now as she was 10 years ago? Wow, way to out her, dude. Hey, Meanie, that's not true. Little pet. Pop Dash. Popo Dash. Yeah, we do sometimes just make usernames that don't make sense, right? Now, see, these are just like usernames like for platforms like YouTube and stuff. But have you seen gamer tags? Fucking adding like X's and 3's in there, man. Let's go. Uppercase, lowercase, every other letter, you know? I'm guilty of that. Fucking, I used to have like a really serious, like, not serious. Okay, it was pretty, like, I took the game seriously. I played CSGO, okay? And I used to make like, oh, this is what my pro name would be. And I used to play with that and think like, oh, maybe one day I'll be in the pro scene. But sadly, I'm really shit at the game. Again, a sub. Thank you. I know that is when it. Oh, okay. Oh, so you're Dominic with a K. Oh, need I tell you about the... fuck. Oh, need I tell Yuri about the time you tried to cook lunch and almost set the house on fire? Her face turns pink, and she rushes to interrupt me. Hello, ex-Fonar. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, Xbox gamer tags. Not even just... Okay, so I wasn't on console for the most part. But even then, PC gamer tags... Oh god, PC. Actually, because of how open Steam is with their, like, naming, there are some crazy ones. Right? That's exactly what it would look like. XXX Dominico Ni XXX. But you forgot the uppercase and lower cases. And numbers. Where would you put a number in there? Every I is a 1. Anyway, I'm sure you two could be just as good old friends. After all, you're both in the literature club now. Yeah. Haha, look forward to it. I didn't really make myself sound excited, did I? Yuri looks hopeful at hearing this, although I can't help but wonder. Given the maturity and intelligence she carries so elegantly, and how her passion for reading is much stronger than my own, will it be as easy as Sayori thinks it is? Still, it's worth a try at least. Yay! Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? But wait, Sayori. Eh? Me? It's not much, really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Whatever it is, I'm sure I'll like it. What is it, Yuri? Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. I was going to wait to give it to you at the appropriate time, but... I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Well, way to ruin... yeah, way to ruin the surprise! The two girls both look dolefully down. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so this is still a pleasant surprise to me. Just knowing that you went through the effort to get me something makes me feel really welcomed. No matter what, I'm sure it'll make me happy. Is that so? Of course. Thanks for being considerate, Yuri. You're welcome. It was the least I could do. Who is that in the profile pic? That would be Mikoto Misaka. Or is it Misaka Mikoto? Whichever way you like to read it. From Railgun. A certain scientific railgun. Or index. Magical index. Depending on which series you prefer. I had only recently watched the show. Not recently. I guess a couple months back. And I love the show. And I love her especially. In fact, no, I like her clone a lot more, but I mean, you know, they're the same person, so who cares? Yeah, there we go. Should that be my YouTube username? XXX, dude. Oh my god, that's... For me, it like took a little bit to process just to read it. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of brain processing power. God. I'll put that on Steam or some shit. Anyway, if that's the case, here it is. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Isn't this the book from yesterday? Upon seeing the confused look on my face, she hastens to explain. My new gamer tag. Thank you. Thank you very much. I thought you might like to have your own copy so that you can read it on your own as well. I honestly don't know what to say. How is it that she's only known me for a day, yet she's already done something like this thoughtful for me? Oh, Yuri, thank you. That's really thoughtful of you, but you didn't have to do that for me. I feel kind of bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that. I just, I understand if you don't want to read it with me anymore, so... Honestly, she gets more adorable by the minute. Like this. I love this. I love the sprite so much of Yuri. Yes, I'm a sucker for just cute character designs, but this is enough to take me in. Please, it's fine. I'd love to read it with you. I just wasn't expecting you to buy me a copy of my own. Are you sure? I don't want to force you. Seriously, Yuri. I'm sure after all. I grin at her. It is a good book. She timidly returns my smile, relaxing a little bit. I'm glad you seem to think so. How are you liking it so far? She looks at me with wide expectant eyes. She must be really worried that I'm not enjoying it as much as her. To be honest, I've been pleasantly surprised. While horror isn't really my thing, it really kept my attention. Even though I haven't gotten very far yet, I find myself feeling sorry for the protagonist. The language is pretty, engaging? It certainly makes me think about it. As I praise the book, her face grows visibly more relieved, and her eyes light up as I mention the language. I'm glad you think so. One not only needs to look at what it is being said, but now how it's phrased. It can entirely change the desired message, wouldn't you agree? You gotta go? Alright, thanks for stopping by. Thank you, just somebody, for stopping by, and thanks for the sub. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten as far in the game as I planned to. It's already been an hour and 24 minutes, but it's been nice chatting with you guys. When are you gonna make a Discord server? I don't know. To be honest, I've seen like people make Discord servers, and not that I don't like trust you guys, but it can get a little hectic now, can't it? I do have a Discord server, but no one uses it, so that might be a good opportunity. Could probably play some stuff. I don't know. What do you guys play nowadays? I feel like gaming has kind of staled to a certain point. Oh boy, I hope we don't get into an in-depth discussion about the language. I'm still nowhere near Yuri's level with this sort of thing. Oh, totally. I never really thought about it until you brought it up with me. You really made me look at it with a bit more scrutiny than I would normally. She blushes at this, turning away slightly. Really? I helped you with that? I have to admit. Oh, you gotta go too? Alright, see ya, Siraj. No, I mean, thanks for even stopping by at all. Besides, because this is on YouTube, it will be up for people to watch later. I guess I could just download it and edit it, but I mean, it's already on the channel. But yeah, if you gotta go, you gotta go, you know? Especially because you've been here since 5. Terraria? See, I want to like try more Terraria, but I haven't. I have the game from like a long time ago, but I didn't get into it, sadly. But that's not to say that I could give it a try again. There's a lot of things I like to try, a lot of game franchises I want to get into, like Final Fantasy and whatnot. I have to admit, you really managed to open my eyes to this sort of thing, or should I say, my third eye. Yuri's silence makes me nervous. Did I make a mistake? You know, because the book mentions the third eye, and there's an eye on the cover. Ah, I see. Hello, Jason Lobo. How is it going? I've been playing Destiny and just picked up players. Oh, Destiny? Yeah, see, I had Destiny 2 as well. And I played it for a little bit. Also, didn't really get into it. I feel like I'm probably the worst person for this because, like, I have such a low attention span, if you guys can't tell already by how often I'm, like, dropping off reading. No, if you gotta go, Siraj, go ahead. Pillars of Eternity. I haven't heard of that one, though. I need to look that up. Yeah, so far, the games that I've been playing recently has been Titanfall 2 because of its release on Steam, and I've been loving it so much. I might even just stream it myself. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing me play that. Or just for fun. And Breath of the Wild. Weirdly enough, I haven't finished Breath of the Wild. It's such a long game. I love it, don't get me wrong, but it's such a long game, at least for me, because I like exploring like every part as possible. And then I'm planning on even buying more games, so I don't know what I'm gonna finish. Minecraft is based around creativity. Is that how we categorize it? Fighting enemies. I don't know. Maybe I am more of a creativity person if I preferred Minecraft. Yeah, Titanfall 2 is pretty fun. What did you say? Man, we've been playing it together, Ton. Shut up. Oh, Valorant. Did I say Valorant? Probably best not to comment on her accidental continuation with the pun. Tough crowd. Oh, I see. You were making a joke. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just thought it was a good pun. Yeah, honestly, same. So I actually bought Titanfall when it was on sale on Steam, when it first came onto Steam, and then I returned it. Because it's just not fun to play by yourself. So this guy, I can't read his name, I keep forgetting. Tassasin? He's my IRL friend, and we've been playing it like every day. It's so much better to play with people. Don't play shooting games? All right. Just give it to me and my cringy visual novel voice acting. It's all right. She smiles bashfully. Yes, it is quite humorous, isn't it? Like I said, cringy voice acting. Oh god, I hate myself. Phew, I think that means everything is okay now. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off the scheduled activities for the club. Like the poetry thing, I've already steeled myself for the critique they'll probably be receiving. But it seems that we have some downtime before then. Oh well, looks like I won't be able to just immediately get it over with. What are the others doing right now? Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner, probably discussing club matters given that they're the president and vice president. As expected, Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. To be fair, like, on a side note, I would like to get more into voice acting. But it's rough, right? Because there's so many talents. I mean, then again, I am a film major, so being in either of those is already hard enough. Type of content already says. Is it really? I feel like you could find a good amount of visual novel or like just gameplay channels that do anime games, right? Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. A few huffs of annoyance sound from her direction every once in a while. I'd love to talk to Yuri a bit more, especially after she gave me that book. However, she seems to be focused on her own book. I'm worried I might just distract her. As she lifts it up to turn the page, I get a glimpse at the cover. It's the same book that she gave me, and it looks like she's only just started it. Oh damn, I hope she doesn't think I was staring at her. Our eyes meet, but her eyes dart away quickly. Sorry. No, it's fine. I didn't mean to stare, I was just spacing out a bit. I'm offering millions upon millions of dollars for my next play with your outstanding acting, so don't worry. Alright, see ya, Dino. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Oh my god, I don't deserve this kind of appreciation. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful you guys enjoy it. But yeah, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching up to this point. Have a good day. Oh. Well, if I had been actually concentrating, I wouldn't have noticed. I meant to ask though, isn't that the book you gave me? It's one of my favorites, so I thought I'd give it another read though. Not for any other reason, I assure you. Yeah, obviously. You know, no one just sweats like that. I found you through you and me and her. You're one of like 3 or 5 people. Really? I would have thought there would have been more. Because apparently, I looked it up, the game is actually older than I thought it was. Like, I think it was... I bought the official release from JAST. But apparently the game released in like 2016? 18? I don't remember. But yeah, I'm really glad people enjoyed the playthrough, because as I mentioned it, I initially just put it up because I wanted to have visuals on the channel. I was running dry on ideas. But I'm really happy how it turned out. I see, but why do you have 2 copies of the same book? I just spaced out. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well. Well, I know I lent you the book yesterday, but I figured you might feel more comfortable with your own copy. You are the only hope. Am I? Don't give me that pressure. I know that I always feel more at ease when I'm handling my own belongings. If an accident happens, there's less at stake than if you damage someone else's property, so... Oh, and okay, now I remember what I was gonna say. Because of that, like, I just want to say thanks for everything, because we actually ended up passing over 200 subscribers, which I didn't think I would get to at least this year, and we're only what, 8 months in. I'm just really surprised. No, you're all good, Siraj. But yeah, just I guess I don't know if I should make a video specifically for that. I mean, but yeah, at least I'll say it here now. I'm really happy and I'm grateful for 200. But yeah, just here seeing how much further we can grow the channel. You're probably less clumsy than I am, though. Yuri, the ever graceful girl, thinks that she's clumsy. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm just as clumsy as you, if not more so. Oh, right. Anyway, after our meeting adjourned yesterday, I went to the bookstore to get you... that is to say, I forgot I already had a copy and accidentally bought another, and it seemed like a waste just to hold on to it. Couldn't you have just returned it though? I did already close, so there's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm glad that you gave it to me. I'll get started on it right away. That makes me happy to hear. It's the kind of story that really draws you in. If you're not careful, you can lose track of time very easily. I know I've opened it for some light reading before bed, only to close it and find out the sun's rising. I'm sure that won't happen to you though. You'll be able to get enough sleep as usual. That is, unless you generally find yourself lacking sleep, in which case you should go to bed earlier. But you, I got the stuttering thing. I don't know. I don't know if I deserve more than 200. But thank you. Get to 2 million subs for the month. As if I'm honestly grateful that just anyone even's watching. To be fair, I think I could give a good reason as to why my sub count is even so low right now. And it sounds like I'm just like trying to better up my ego or something. But if you look at the dates between each video, right? If you look at the dates between each video. Sorry. I guess I'll also apologize for that. I know I haven't been uploading as much. I do have a video that I'm scripting right now. That I don't know if people would like. But I'll just say this. I'm not gonna spoil it because I do want it to be looked forward to. It's a video that, if you're doing online classes, might benefit you in some way. And yes, it does have to do with anime type content, I guess. I know it's weird, right? A video about online classes. But it has to do with anime. But you can do whatever you want. I don't mean to overstep my bounds. Hey, don't worry about it, Yuri. I'll be sure to read it earlier in the day. Do you mind telling me a bit more about it? Oh, I'd love to. Now, where do I begin? Yuri delicately closes the book, her eyes scanning the cover. Well, actually, I don't think I could give an adequate explanation on my own. If I were to tell you more about the story than I did yesterday, it would lose a lot of its impact. Forgive me if it sounds like I'm brushing you off. That's not what I intended. It's alright, Yuri. Come to think of it, you did summarize it well enough already. Yes. I'm sorry. I seem to get lost in my own mind whenever I talk about these kinds of stories. Don't you have anything like that, Doma? I guess so. Yuri nods with a delicate smile. Wait, 20 mil? I'll be surprised if I even get anywhere near that. Who knows what's gonna happen in the coming time. Right? I can't take online classes. I'll give it its merit. For some types of classes, I think it can be fine. I think if a class can be taught online well, it's good if it's online, and it probably should stay that way. Because some classes where you just go up, you attend class, you take for me at least, I take a long commute to my class, and I have to sit there for like a lecture just listening, not even any like actual assignment that you have to do in class. Like that could have just been online, right? But for me, like my next coming term, I'm gonna have like a 3-hour class Monday through Wednesday. So 3 hours every day sitting at my computer on an online class. Just think about that for a second. I don't know, maybe it's bearable for some, but for me it would obviously not be. Online classes are the awkward silences? Right. Oh my god. Okay, so I've had classes where like people will ask or the teacher would ask a question or something like that, and you just get silence. I mean, granted, I feel like it would feel the same at least in an in-person class, but there's just some enhancement to it when it's online. I'm fine with online for most things. Yeah, I think some people even get around it by not keeping their webcam off. I was unfortunate that my teacher actually required our webcams on. And the thing is, I don't even have a webcam. I'm using a fucking like a straight up mirrorless camera, so I look like a fucking I mean, I'm grateful that I even have something to use, but I look like a tryhard because I have my mic here, right? I have my mic, I have my chair, like everything looks like I'm a professional. Like it looks like you can tell. God, I sound like I'm inflating my ego. like I'm a streamer. So people would repeatedly ask me in class, like, are you a streamer? Do you make YouTube videos? And I said no. Obviously, I could have plugged, but I don't want to be that person. Everyone has a deeply held interest that stirs a passion within their heart. I suppose for me, it would be my novels, and Yuri cuts herself off, as though she were about to say something she didn't want to. The true answer is dead. It's just like the thing is, when it is silent, I try to break it. Like I want either someone to say something or I have to say something because I feel bad for the teacher itself. I guess that's me just being like, what is it? Sympathetic, empathetic? Which one is it? I don't know. But like I feel bad if no one's like feeling, I guess, interested in the teacher's class. Though to be fair, that I guess it could be the fault of the teacher. But I feel bad either way, so I like, what do I say? Can I break the silence? That's just basically how it goes. Preparation point. Yuri cuts herself off as though she were about to say something she didn't want to. Well, you know what I mean. What got you into these sort of stories, though? I gesture towards the book in her arms. Do your parents enjoy them as well? Yuri pauses for a moment, shyly looking down at her feet. She seems to be going over what she wants to say in her head. I've always had an interest in the macabre. This genre can easily throw you for a loop. While many stories are simply content to introduce an antagonist and condition their reader to root against them, books like this one can find ways to flip that narrative on its head. So while you might initially find yourself relating to the protagonist, you might suddenly find out they're their own worst enemy. I'm rambling, aren't I? Please forgive me. I really should think about others more. Yuri, I promise I'm not mad at you. You're just passionate, which is pretty cool. It is? So my classes require when I don't have a cam for my main PC, so I'll have to have my laptop with my desktop. Yeah. I wanted to ask, how do you even learn online without cameras? I mean, how do you learn online without cameras? I mean, it's just like lecture and stuff, so you're just listening. So you don't really need to show yourself. The teacher deserves the pain? Oh no! That's awful. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on your teachers, right? I've had pretty cool teachers for film. My film classes are enjoyable, to say the least, but I don't know if I could keep doing them online. For a brief moment, a tiny smile seizes at the corner of Yuri's mouth. Well, I'll try not to worry about it too much. She's so adorable. Look at her. But sometimes I get distracted when I think about books and writing. Sorry, that was creepy. I'm sorry. I forget where I am and start speaking my mind. So please forgive me if I say anything unusual. And if I seem like I'm not paying attention, please let me know. I really don't think you need to worry about that, Yuri. This is literature club after all. Isn't that the sort of thing we could be discussing anyway? I suppose so. So on that note, would you like to read a bit together? Oh god, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to read it like that. You don't need to force yourself to spend time with me if you don't want to. But what if I do? You'd really want to spend your time with me? Of course, Yuri. Wow, your phone battery has only gone down 6% or 3%. I think, what was it, 29 earlier? What phone are you on? To be honest, that's a really good battery. It's been a while. I've been streaming for almost an hour and 42. Thanks for bearing with me this long, guys. Book in hand, I slide onto the desk next to Yuri. Is everything okay? Yes. I'm terribly sorry, Domo. I'm just not too accustomed to reading in company. It's usually been a solitary affair for me, you see. Yeah, I can understand how this might seem a bit unsettling for you. Here's the virtual charger. Plug it in. We got wireless charging. So that's the next step. Virtual charging. If it gets too overwhelming, let me know. I won't be offended if you need some space. Alright. I opened up the book, allowing the hardcover to flop against the desk. As I read through the prologue, I noticed Yuri glancing over at my book. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't comforting in a way, but it's somewhat distracting. I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't distracting you. Yuri, why do you apologize all the time? You've really done nothing wrong. Do I? I can't help it, I suppose. It's like an involuntary reflex. The phone's cursed? I don't know. You've been lasting pretty long. If I preemptively apologize, it'll lessen both my disappointment in myself as well as others' disapproval of me. I didn't mean to make things so awkward. Sorry. I mean, hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. How about we do this? I push our two desks together. Ooh, and slide my book between the two of them. I suppose that'll work. Yuri puts her own copy away and shifts a bit closer to me. I steady the right side of the book between my thumb and forefinger, and Yuri does the same with the other side. Damn. All Sriracha's been doing is giving me praise. I don't deserve it, no! Perfect, and now we can go through that at the same pace. Yes. Oh god. God, we're so close. Ah! The two of us are huddled closely together over the book, carefully reading it. I can see Yuri's gentle face in my peripheral vision. She has a stern, focused expression, her eyes slowly scanning each page. Do you need a bit more time with this page? Okay. I want to ask you guys, are you able to read or watch things with other people? I mean, I do it sometimes, but I feel like it's so much... I guess for some people that want to like share the enjoyment, right? Like I think it makes sense, but for me, like, at least on the first go, I like doing it on my own. I'm saying that, but I'm streaming the game. That's not what I meant. It's fun to be streaming this to people. But I mean, like, if someone were like right next to me and I was reading it with them, it'd be kind of weird. I don't know. Like, I feel like it'd be less enjoyable. Same thing with like watching anime or reading. Reading, I don't get. How do you... Because you have to wait for one person to finish reading the goddamn page. Like, what if you're slower or what if the other person's slower? You have to like... You have to be like on the same wavelength, on the same level. Right, yeah, only TV shows and movies can be shared. There are some anime I feel like is really nice to watch with other people. For me, I've shown my mom and my little brother a lot of anime. And my mom showed me anime, actually. She watched Death Note and she made me watch it. And it's actually really good, surprisingly, at least in my opinion. Another one she's tried to make me watch is Naruto, but I don't know. Like, for me personally, I can't get into a lot of like the fighting, like shonen fighting anime. The only thing I've watched, I think, is My Hero Academia. I've watched a little bit of My Hero Academia. I say a little bit. I've watched up to season 3. I need to continue, but I haven't gotten to it. My sister has started it, so hopefully I can like use that as my, I guess, incentive to keep watching the show. I love to listen to or read books with others. Okay, so it is pretty split. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's kind of sad for me to think like, oh, I prefer to be alone. I prefer to be alone when enjoying things. But yeah, I think reading is just one thing that baffles me. You have to wait for other person to finish the page. Sorry, I guess I'm not really too quick of a reader. I look over and our gazes meet. There's a koi sparkling to her eyes. It's quite alright, Tomo. Oh, that smile! That goddamn smile. We can go at whatever pace you're comfortable with. I feel like if this actually ends up being as good as I expect it to be, you'll see how, like, you'll see me get more creepier. More creepier? Creepier? I don't know. I think I got pretty disturbing at some points during the you and me and her playthrough, so hopefully that doesn't happen here. But I will say again, I like Yuri. What about Attack on Titan? I haven't got into Attack on Titan. I only heard about it through like memes, and my little brother watched it. I haven't watched the show, but I heard it's ending, isn't it? The anime's ending, supposedly. I should give it a shot. I feel like I should at least try the things that people at least say are good and see what I think about them in the end. But for me, I'm like mostly into like romance. If that, I think I pretty much explained that. I like romance a lot. Is it romance on Attack on Titan? Does a Titan fuck a human? God, I'm sorry. Fuck, what's wrong? Okay, I want to keep reading. We can go at whatever pace you're comfortable with. After all, you've been so patient with me today. Creepy doll makes the channel better? No. I mean, if you say so. It'd only be fair for me to return the favor, wouldn't it? Thanks. I'll try not to take too long. The two of us continue reading in relative silence. Even though we're so quiet, each turn of the page feels as though we're connected. Oh, I'd love to be connected. As I let go of the page, it gently floats over to her and she delicately slides it under her thumb. Oh god. She's so cute. She's so cute! Domo? Mm-hmm. Having been absorbed by the story, Yuri reels me back in. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. It's fine. What were you gonna say? Well, I suppose I just wanted to thank you for this. I had always hoped I could find someone to share my interest in books with. Yeah, I'll probably definitely give Attack on Titan a try. Maybe even better if I wait for it to end, right? Because then I could just binge the whole thing. I've never really had anyone read it with me before. What I did here though, sorry, I keep dropping out of the novel. I'm really sorry about that. But then like so many thoughts keep coming in my head. What was it? Wasn't it like every time a new season of Attack on Titan was announced, like it got delayed or something like that? And there was like a whole meme of like it's never getting released. I've never really had anyone read with me before. Having someone else be there is nice. Really? I would have thought you'd at least done some reading with your family. Yes, well, I did when I was younger, but she trails off, not finishing the thought. I decided not to press her further on it right now. Yuri takes a slow, deep breath. I'm just happy that you're here for me. I mean, with me. Not that I wouldn't want you to be there for me or anything, but I can't believe I messed things up again. Wait, Yuri. I don't think you've done anything wrong. If anything, I think of that as a compliment. You do? Sure, if I'm being honest, I enjoy your company as well. Okay, everyone. That was a weird sound. I was like, what would you make if you were surprised? I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Fucking... We were just about to... I was talking with Yuri, Monica. No. Yuri sighs dejectedly, looking down at the floor. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Yeah, it's not like you interrupted us chatting. I heard it gets better, right? Attack on Titan? I heard it gets really good. Because I did see like memes of one of the seasons where it felt... Someone was saying like, oh, it feels more like a comedy or something. I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong. No. What? We're not deleting. No delete. Please no. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. Don't worry about me. I'm alright. Yuri lets go of the book and closes the cover, handing it back to me. We got through a fair bit today, didn't we? Do you mind if I continue a bit further on my own? Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Oh, he's asking the question. Yo, we could keep reading together. If you'd prefer. You don't have to limit yourself on my behalf if you want to keep reading. After all, I've already finished the story before. Then I guess I'll continue reading a little bit tonight. Dude, this is our chance. Just read it with her. More time to spend together. Then I guess I'll continue reading a little bit tonight. Then we'll have a bit more to talk about tomorrow. Ah, right. And then we have stuff to talk about. That makes sense. Yes, that's a good idea, Doma. Just be sure to let me know how far you get so I can avoid spoilers for you. Alright. I skimmed through the book to find a page we left off on, and fold it in slightly to mark for later. Oh yeah. No, I know what Attack on Titan's about. I've also seen... What was it? I won't be too heartbroken. There's 4 girls to choose from. It's not like I really want Yuri. I still have Natsuki. And then I have Sayori. And then I have... I make it sound like I don't like Monica. I like Monica, okay? I don't care. I prefer Yuri, but I guess we'll see how the story makes it for us to see who we turn up with. Did that make sense? Yeah. I skimmed through the book to find a page we left off on and folded it in slightly to I already read that. By the way, you did remember to write a poem, right? Don't worry, I'm not that much of a slacker. I've got it right here in my bag. I ruffled through some stray papers to pull out the page that I wrote my poem on. While I can't help but feel a little nervous, I have to admit I'm excited now. Talking to these girls has really calmed my nerves, and now I'm just eager to share my poem. After all, judging by each girl's personality, I doubt that anyone would say anything nasty about it. Well, Natsuki, I don't know... Natsuki, I don't know if she'd be unduly harsh, though. She just seems like the type of person who enjoys ribbing on her friends. If you want spoilers, I can give spoilers. No spoilers, please. Please, no spoilers. The second season is more political intrigue, which is why the friend thinks I like it. Don't try to cover up your real feelings. Okay, I'll be more truthful to myself. I want to fuck all... Is there 4 seasons right now? Or I thought the new season that's supposed to come out, the final, is the 4th, right? So is there 5 then? Either way, I hope they realize that I put hard work into it. I figured that it'd only be fair to repay their warm welcome by showing effort in club activities. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a neat black composition book. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. She's going to put us all to shame. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. Well, I made it for Yuri, so we gotta show it to Yuri. Yuri seems the most inexperienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. Insert. No. I can control myself. Thank you very much. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. Season 3 and then Season 3 Part 2. Interesting. Alright, good to know. Who knows? I think I need to do like an anime binge of like all my entire queue that I queued up over spring and especially summer, because summer's really stacked. There are a lot of sequels that I've been waiting for, and yet I haven't been caught up. Especially with Oregairu or My Romantic Comedy is All Wrong, something like that. My romantic love comedy, whatever it is, that long ass title, fucking whatever it is. Ugh. What do you mean you're gonna ruin the chat? You're doing fine. Yuri's eye seems to sparkle as she reads my poem. My goodness, this is unparalleled. I think that might be a bit much. Forgive me if that didn't sound sincere. Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Don't sweat it, Yuri. I just wasn't expecting to hear such a compliment from you already. I see. Yuri clears her throat. Well, I just wanted to say, this is truly an impeccable poem. Yuri glances down back at my poem. So, I assume this isn't your first piece, am I correct? Cliffhangers. Are you talking about Attack on Titan? And Jesus Christ, Raj. I mean, I can't be thankful enough that you already even stopped by and you've been watching this long. God, that early. Your composition incorporated a lot of beautiful poetic devices and imagery indicative of an experienced writer. Well, thank you. Well, I hate to disappoint, but this is kind of my first time doing this sort of thing. You're joking, right? I shake my head. If I ended up writing a good poem, it's totally coincidental, I'm afraid. I see. Well, in that case, I think you've got a wonderful gift. Although, if you would like, I could offer you some advice for your future poems. Yes! Yuri's eyes light up as though she's been looking forward to this. Please do. I need all the help I can get. Ahaha. I've just noticed a few qualities consistent with newer writers that showed up in your poem. Perhaps what stands out the most is that you've tried very hard to make the structure of this poem your own. And that's okay, but if this is the first poem you've written, it might be prudent to consider more traditional structures, couplets, sonnets, haiku, and the like. If you're not confident in your writing style, it will show in your piece. It's like Yuri's a totally different person when she gets going. I think everyone is, right? I feel like once you get into something, you end up being more comfortable. She sounds incredibly confident and stands tall, speaking clearly. Again, that's not your fault. I think that once you've studied poetic structures and techniques a bit more, you'll be able to put together a truly wonderful composition. I appreciate the feedback, Yuri. It sounds like you're well versed in this sort of thing. Would it be okay if I took a look at what you've written? Oh goodness, of course! Please let me know what you think. I'd be thrilled to explain my process. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Does this game have character files? I don't know, but I'll probably check later. I kind of just want to keep going here. Oh god, actually now I'm curious. Are we gonna get that same poem where it was like covered with blood and piss? I hope not. That was deleting it. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to ruin the mod yet. Maybe we'll do it on a different save or a different install. We'll probably install this game to 2 different areas. Hail falls down like a discarded dust. Oh wait, tumble. Hail falls down like discarded dust of overused emotions, dragging down blankets made of want. Slender sting pieces my eyelids. God, I can't read cursive. Barely painful and pulls them shut. Even so heavy, ever so heavy. I think I misplaced something. Is there a piece missing? You need all the pieces to fix something. Please don't look for it. There are more important things for you to do today. I'm sorry, my writing's a bit illegible. Fuck. Now I feel awful. Once my poem touches the page, I just want to get my thoughts down. It's fine, Yuri. I was able to read it just fine. I wasn't thinking that at all. Are you sure? It seemed to take you a while to read it. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm a slow reader. Yeah, he has the full intention of ruining this mod. What do you mean? I don't have the what? I don't have no, I don't have the intention to. Not yet. Well, I guess I don't see cursive then. But it's really nice when I do. Your writing's actually quite pretty. Is that so? I'm glad you think so. It made your poem stand out even more as well. It says as though your handwriting fits your word choice or vice versa. It wasn't too short, was it? I'm used to writing longer pieces, but since this is the first time we're sharing, I thought it would be easier to share. That makes sense. Do you mind telling me what it's about though? I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, I didn't mean to write something confusing. Oh, it's not that. I just want to be sure I'm reading it properly. I see. I suppose from a cursory glance, it might not be obvious. Part of what makes poetry magical is how you can conjure up a vivid image with your words. While on the surface, it might seem a bit out there if you look a little deeper. You might be able to find a deeper meaning hidden amongst the lines compounded by the metaphors used. For example, the words and images in this poem aren't meant to be taken at face value. In actuality, it's supposed to represent the last remnants of something lost in the past and the sense of plaintive longing that comes with it. Huh, that's pretty impressive when you put it that way. You really think so? That might be a bit much. Bitch? Fuck. That might be a bit much, Nomo. No, I really mean it. I think I could learn something from your poetry, Yuri. Really? Yeah, of course. You know, at first the prospect of sharing my writing was terrifying, but I'm really glad I was able to do it. Hopefully I can write another piece that you'll like, Nomo. I'll look forward to it, Yuri. Okay, we have to read. I'm guessing we have to read everyone's, right? But unfortunately, I kind of want to. I'm gonna stop it there for today. I am feeling very tired, and as you can tell, my throat is dry. I was gonna turn on the AC, but even then, it's still pretty hot in my room. So I'm really sorry, guys. Not only that, I'm also really hungry, and as we all know, food takes priority. Food will always take priority. But thank you guys for stopping for the first YouTube stream. It's not the first, but I will. Whatever. I'll see you guys on the next one, whichever that will be. Might be tomorrow. I don't know. You'll see the schedule up for it anyways. No swearing. This is a family channel. All right. I'm sorry. No swear. But thank you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching up to this point. Jesus Christ, we hit 2 hours for this. But yeah, I think we went further than the part that's up on my channel. And in fact, I don't know. Should I just delete part 1 that I have up? I feel like it's kind of redundant, isn't it? Yeah. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of the day, especially you, Suraj. Thank you for watching at such an early time. But yeah, I love you guys. I love you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow or whenever it is, and hopefully I am able to live up to you guys' expectations. Oh god, I'm so happy right now. Thank you. All right, goodbye. Yes, you can finally sleep. All right, see you guys.